I'll just have to check on this because we've got a little bit of a... So they're out in front as they make the gate from race 17. Number 34 it is, Steve Bishop, and in this one we've got Steve Bishop and that's Andy Snell. That somebody goes down, I think that is Andy Snell, goes down the far side there. You have yellow flags, the marshal's going, he's getting up, he's perfectly okay. And have we a red flag? The riders seem to be pulling up.
Well, we'll try with that one. I don't know if that's any clearer, but this is the mic that Tony's been using. So 250 final, we've got Mark Rowe, we've got Richard Smith, Graham Thomas, Jason Stott, Richard Lively, etc., and Wadsworth. A tremendous start from Mark Wadsworth. And as they go into first turn, Wadsworth leads in the Bonanza team line. By Mark Rowe. As they come off the bend, Rowe is challenging position to Mark Wadsworth, but it's Waddy who leads into the paddock turn for the first time. And here comes Mark Rowe. And Mark Rowe in absolutely superb form this afternoon. Wadsworth leads, Rowe second. And behind them was Richard Smith. The leader now as they go down the back straight. New leader, the lead Mark Rowe, but here comes Wadsworth on the inside. So, it's Cornwall against Shropshire. Mark Rowe in absolutely super form. On the outside, but Waddy, 11 times British champion, he doesn't get beaten easily. In third place. What a tremendous start. What a tremendous foul. Rowe leads, Wadsworth there in second, and Mark really has got his hands full with this guy today. So, Mark Rowe going wide, Mark Wadsworth on the inside, they go into the last lap and it's Rowe from Wadsworth. In third place it's Adrian Squirrel, number 321, and behind him is 94 Jason Stott. And behind Jason Stott is Rob Almond. But they're into the last turn, the two leaders, Wadsworth on the inside, they come off the turn. It's Mark Rowe who wins. Mark Wadsworth finishes second. In third place it's going to be number 321, Adrian Squirrel.
Here we go then, race 2 gets underway on the far side. Paul Hurry making a terrific start. Gary Wright is in second place. So Gary Wright then, another Cornishman, tucked in behind the Arena Essex Speedway man. That was Jim Collins who's down. Paul Hurry meanwhile speeds on his way. It's Paul Hurry and in front still Gary Wright in second place. Here we go then, the rerun of race 3. And we have somebody down in the centre there. The rerun of race 18, we're underway. Very active, making a good start. Paul Hurry right there with him, it's the same situation. Atkin on the outside, Paul Hurry on the inside. Is the Arena Essex man going to get there? Not quite, the side by side, and we've got a fall on right. We may see another red flag. We have got another red flag. And now, non-starters for the rest of the day. Battle into the first bend, look up to our left, Robbie Wilson in there, Mark Edwards back in the pack, sitting at around fourth spot at the moment. Now then, let's look across to the far side. Alan Blewitt and Barry Metcalf have the advantage at the moment, and they're coming around towards us once again to complete their first round. Wilson is right on their heels, so it's Rob Wilson and Tony Miles on the inside line on the bottom bend, going for the advantage, not quite getting there. But Alan Blewitt and Barry Metcalf are still in front. Mark Edwards and Nick Walters in that third spot, trying to close up on the back ahead of them. Rob Wilson and Tony Miles, and every time they go to that bottom bend, it's Rob Wilson and Tony Miles who try to close right up on the exit. They don't make it this time. Out in front then, it's Alan Blewitt and Barry Metcalf. Well, we said they won this in 1992. Alan Blewitt did. Rob Wilson, not any sort of ease, no relaxation for the leaders. And look at Rob Wilson making a challenge off that bottom bend. Is he going to get anywhere near the leaders? But at the moment it's still Alan Blewitt and Barry Metcalf. Right the outside comes Rob Wilson and Tony Miles. Rob Wilson and Tony Miles are going the long way. Wow, tight. That was very tight. And in third place, number 8, Mark Edwards and Nick Walters. Well. Alan Blewitt and Barry Metcalf, Rob Wilson and Tony Miles, very, very tight indeed. We'll wait for the official verdict on that one. Re-emerged as the highest point scoring qualifier, but Tony Atkins been with him all the way through. Steve Bishop's been going so well. Glenn Cunningham, remember, lost an outing through retirement and didn't get the points he deserved. Perhaps we're away. Let's see what house Paul Harriet is. Heads to the 4. And there's a gaggle right of the second, third and fourth. Cunningham on the outside, Tony Atkins on the inside. And they come towards us. It's Paul Harriet with Glenn Cunningham right alongside him. Tony Atkins in third. Glenn Cunningham really going for this. Paul Harriet on the inside. Glenn Cunningham, well, I thought he cocked off it then, but he's still in there. So it's Paul Harriet out in front. Glenn Cunningham lost a bit of the ground, caught the crowd on the far side there. Now then, will Glenn Cunningham do anything at all about Paul Harriet? Paul Harriet going superbly here this afternoon. Really powering around this circuit in great style. Glenn Cunningham up in that second spot still. Hanging on in, going for the tight lines, trying to close the gap on the leaders that go to the last lap. Gary Wright in 5th place, and we look across the far side, and Glenn Cunningham is still going after Paul Harriet, but can he possibly catch him? Neville Tatum in trouble. Cunningham goes for it around the bottom bend. Is he going to get there? No, he can't. Paul Harriet wins. Glenn Cunningham in 2nd place. Tony Atkins in 3rd. Steve Bishop in 4th. Gary Wright in 5th. In 6th place, John Underwood. Then Vince Kinship. Rob Wilson down the outside, looking for the advantage off that bend. It's Mark Edwards in front at the moment. Rob Wilson in that second spot. Gary Jackson looking to come through. Gary Jackson, a beautiful move through the second spot there. So Gary Jackson who gets into that second place, and Mark Edwards is walking through in front. This pair. And it's still Mark Edwards and Nick Walters with a slim advantage. Gary Jackson, here we go on the bottom bend. We've got an outfit tipped over down there.
Gary Lobb trying to close up on the back wheel of John Underwood at the moment. But no problems for Lee Lanham. He really is showing great form here this afternoon. Looks like he's going to take some beating as he goes into that last bend. This maintaining 4 rides and wins. Historically, Rob Wilson has had some good results here at this High Holden circuit. Mark Edwards here for only the 2nd time. He had a good ride in the Man of Kent earlier this year. Well, the last of the outfits coming into line as they line up for the final and they get underway. It's a good clean start. Mark Edwards has made a terrific start. He gets to the front is Rob Wilson has gone with him. On the outside is Terry Phillips. And remember what he did in that semi-final? He took a very wide line and it paid off for him. This time he's allowed Mark Edwards to go wide and he tries to come through on the inside. Rob Wilson trying to find a gap there as well as he comes through in front of Gary Wright. But at the moment it is still Mark Edwards and Nick Walters as they go down that back straight. With Terry Phillips in second place, Rob Wilson desperately trying to get past Terry Phillips. He overruns the entrance into that top bend and he gets himself into second. Now desperately trying to pull it in hard and get a tight line out of the bend. But he's forced to go wide again and now he goes after Mark Edwards and Nick Walters. Rob Wilson really with a bit between his teeth, desperately going after Mark Edwards. But Mark Edwards are way down that back straight. He's got a wide line and he's got the power on. Terrific ride this from Mark Edwards and Nick Walters. Rob Wilson very quick in that top bend, closes up again, gets closer and closer in that top bend. We go into the last lap as they go past us this time, and Mark Edwards and Nick Walters very much looking in control. Rob Wilson using all his experience to try and get back at them, but really the fight he's got on his hands is keeping Terry Phillips back in third place. Gary Wright desperately trying to get on terms with Terry Phillips, but he doesn't look as if he's going to catch him as they come round off that top bend. You can see them coming into the checkered flag now. Mark Edwards and Nick Walters take it. Rob Wilson and Tony Miles cross the line in second, but of course there has been a red flag put up. The riders are completely slowed down coming into this final line, but obviously the concern as we've lost the outfit on that bottom corner.
Between the handlebars and the tank. Be off the way, mate. You're in rerun. Here we go. Very clever. They're going to lift him up. Nobody leaves him back.
Do I say 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, there is 6. I thought there was 8 there for a minute. But there's plenty of space on the start line and up the straights. It's been set out to allow for up to 8 sidecars. So here we go. This is Fiona Strachan's first ever ride, number 2 with Steve Todd. Fiona Strachan, solicitor in London. It's her first ever ride. She's on the inside of the gate. The inside of the track, number 2, Steve Todd, so don't expect too much from it. It's her first ever ride, and they're away. But in front is number 32, which I believe is Malcolm Goodwin. Oh, and we've got one of them gone completely wide and gone out right wide into the ropes there. The race has been stopped. I think it's basically in case they need St John's help. If my counting is correct, it is 5, I see. So, Fiona Strachan, she only had 1 lap on her first race, and perhaps they were saving it for the proper one. Here they go. It's number 4 out in front, followed by number 30, 78, and number 2, Steve Todd, taking it steady for the first race with Fiona. And we've lost a passenger. We've lost a passenger on the first bend up there. I don't know if it's going to stop. He's actually laying in the track. We have got a red flag. It has been stopped yet again. Right, number 1, John Dormer, actually couldn't get started. The other thing is they're all in grid position today, which obviously complicates matters as well, because they've all got to be in the right grids before allowed to go, because it is an Eastern Centre Championship. The green flag is ready. Yes, we're away. Now we've got the problem of getting them all around the first bend. Now it's 15 nil Scopes up there, 139. I think he's. I think that might be David Mears up there, 139. Number 1, Duncan. No, it's not Duncan, sorry, it's John Dormer, number 1 up there. It's a yellow levy, 4th place. He's gone a little bit wider. 110 Stephen Daw storming around the outside. There's 15 Neil Scopes has got the lead. 110 Stephen Daw. And 139 David Mears. Neil Scopes leaving Stephen Daw. Having a big laugh around there, but he's got to be watched he doesn't come too wide here. We've had somebody come to grief on the bottom bend, but I think he's off of the racing line. We've got a yellow flag out there. He's back on the bike, but he's got going again. Number 332. dropped it on that top bend. Stephen Daw is getting closer and closer to Neil Scopes. He's right on his back wheel now. He's going to take the outside line on the top bend. And Neil riding a very steady line around there, but Stephen Daw going wide. Is he overdone it or not? But Neil's back in front. They're coming around towards the checkered flag. As Tupac Larkin's going to get in the way. Oh, it's going to be neck and neck. I think it's Neil, or is it? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Extremely close. The back markers were getting closer and closer to him. Very close position there as well, with John Dormer just leading another bunch of three. So a very tough time for lap scores there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I can see 11 for sure. Let's rise. Let's hope we have a nice clean start. I think we have a lot of front wheels rearing there. It's beginning to get some ruts there now. So 175, Keith Potts, followed by 15, Neil Scopes in front. Very similar leather styles, but Keith Potts is on the outside, but somebody's gone around the outside of Keith Potts, so it's Neil Scopes in front. Keith Potts in third. I think that's Stephen Daw in fourth. Watch him come round. Let's hope he does come round. Let's hope he doesn't come into the caravan. 139, David Mears is also up there. Neil Scopes, followed by David Mears, Keith Potts, and Stephen Daw is back into fourth place, but back up to third. Gone a little bit wide there, he's back into fourth. Stephen Daw doesn't actually shut off when he comes over the top of that hill. Everybody else shuts off. He's gone into third place. I think he's going to come up into second. He's changed his line. He was on the wide line and suddenly kicked back the line. Gone up the inside and he's gone from fourth to second in one bend. But Neil Scopes has pulled out quite a lead on him. I don't know whether he's going to be able to pull that back. Certainly gained on. He's got a clear track in front of him now for a while, Stephen Daw. Look at the dust coming at you. You wouldn't believe it with the amount of rain we had here yesterday. But there's a little bit of dust. Let's hope it doesn't get too much, because we don't have to spoil our racing here today. But Neil Scopes, Stephen Daw closing on him. Coming up to the checkered flag. Stephen Daw is determined to win it. I hope he don't go inside the markers. He has turned the bike. He really did make an attempt to win, and he did make an attempt to stay in the markers as well. We've got in this one Steve Todd and Lee Bass, Pete and Jim Evans, James Rogers, Duncan Tollers, John Stafford, Justin Peach, Stuart Darvell, and away. And I think it's number 7, Dave Green, that might be in front there, I believe. Stuart Darvell, he's in fourth place, going backwards quite rapidly. Steve Todd coming up to catch him. I'd expect Duncan Tollers to be around here somewhere, but in fact it's number 11 in front, followed by 74, which is Duncan Tollers. So it's Justin Peach in front, followed by Duncan Tollers. Stuart Darvell has dropped back to last place. He was flying in practice, but obviously hit some problem. And I think, no, we haven't had a change of leadership yet. Duncan Tollers going around the outside of number 11, Justin Peach, changes line, stays up the inside. Looks very leery there. I thought he was going to go in the side of him, but he managed to miss him. He's actually lost a little bit of ground there, Duncan Tollers, because he committed himself to the inside line, and Justin Peach was where he wanted to be at the same time, so he had to back off a bit. But Justin Peach followed by Duncan Tollers. A cracking race this one. It's Duncan sticking with the inside line, but he's going to actually change his tactics on the last lap, which sometimes happens just to fool everybody. Justin Peach pops a wheelie as he goes up the hill there. Justin Peach still in front. Duncan Tollers having to go in the outside this time. Has he tried it? Oh, not quite, not quite. He did change his tactic for that last bend, but didn't quite make it.
And a faller on the start there, but I think the rest of them have gone away. Looks like Mark Taylor with the advantage as they go into the first bend. So it's Mark Taylor there. Down to our left. Mark Taylor still with the inside line as they come round towards us, and it's Tommy Palmer who's hard after him. David Mears in third place, and in fourth place as they passed us, Chris Malone. So, Mark Taylor there. And he was leading wherever in the... Look at Tommy Palmer, and Mark Taylor in trouble. Tommy Palmer comes through, so it's the British 350 champion Tommy Palmer now then who leads. And tragedy there for Mark Taylor, who seems to have that very much. Well, there's the of that has been rejoined, and David Mears now has taken over the lead.
Again, did it?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
Oh, that's alright then.
Here we go then, Tommy Palmer on the outside, going for the lead into the top band. Steve Daw right on the inside. So is Steve Daw then with the advantage. Well, and it's Peter Lloyd who leads the challenge. Eventually doesn't go awfully wide. I don't think Tommy Palmer's going to get it back. No, he doesn't. Not quite. So it's Peter Lloyd then out in front. Tommy Palmer in second place. Steve Daw in third. Tony Atkins in fourth. And what an incredible corner that was. Leading this one at the moment, and this is race 22, the last race of the 500 second leg qualifying series. So Peter Lloyd then out in front, Tommy Palmer with Steve Daw right on his heels, and Tony Atkins in fourth place. Second, way out in front is Peter Lloyd on his way to a win here. Steve Daw and Tony Atkins having a great old ding-dong for second spot. Tommy Palmer trying to close that. All happening on the far side there. Meanwhile, down that second spot. Tony Atkins up the inside. Steve Daw on the outside. Steve Daw just from Tony Atkins with Tommy Palmer in fourth. And in fifth place, number 53, Steve Palmer.
And a chance to see in action Craig Cheatham once again, who's had a win first time out. Mark Edwards had a second place in his first leg ride. Roy Spreadbury had a third place first time out. We watch to see what happens this time as they break on that start line. Into that first bend, as you can see, Craig Cheatham and Clive Reynolds have made the best of the start. As they come round off that first bend, I can see that because we still have got Roy Spreadbury on the far side, we've got red flags being displayed in the interest of safety, the race being stopped. Well, already they're underway, and it's Steve Wright that's made an excellent start. He's certainly found some power that nobody else could, but if we look to the front of Tim Bennett this time into that first corner of the lead. Press through on the inside, and Tim Bennett turns the power on again and comes round off that first bend, with Roger Measor working his way through into second place. So Roger Measor completely missing the start, but he's worked his way up to second spot. He's got in front of Steve and Gary Wright as we go down that back straight. Tim Bennett and Steve Hargrave leading at the moment, but they must know by now that they'll put Roger Measor bearing down on them, indeed getting closer and closer all the time. Good ride this from Tim Bennett. Drives in hard once again into this top corner. Indeed, that's taken in wide. There's a lot of outfits been doing that. Roger Measor has seen it straight away and goes through on the inside. All sorts of problems for Tim Bennett and Steve Hargrave, but they hang on to it as they go into this top end. And indeed, as they go past us into the last lap, they had a win first time out, and it looks as if they're going for the second. It's Roger Measor and Shane Lapham. They pull away going down that back straight. Still a good ride this from Tim Bennett. A nasty moment on that third lap. Indeed, as they come round off this top corner, it's going to be a win for outfit number 51. That's Roger Measor and Shane Lapham. Tim Bennett and Steve Hargreaves take second. Steve and Gary Wright crossing the line in third. Well, in fact, I said that was a bit of a nasty moment on the far side for Tim Bennett, but you can see that it was very naughty indeed, as I can see that those of you on the far side were probably a lot more conscious of it than I was, that there's at least 4 posts I can see laying on the ground. So indeed, an excellent bit of driving from Tim Bennett. Rob Winterburn, the last to come into line, good starter, anxiously pulling them up through the tapes. He walks away, they're under standard orders and they're away, and it is Rob Winterburn that's made the best of the starts. John Halsey on his outside, but right there with him is John Halsey that drives in hard going into that first bend. He's gone wide, Rob Winterburn turns it tight, indeed has held on to the lead. Gary Jackson right up there with him now, right up behind those two, almost together going into this bottom bend. John Halsey working very, very hard for that first place. Rob Winterburn holding a much, much tighter line. Indeed, looks to have lost the advantage over the lead. John Halsey gets to the front going into this top bend. Well, we knew this was going to be a cracker, and indeed if it comes past us, you can see they're almost together again as Gary Jackson tries to get in on the action. Again, Rob Winterburn goes tight in this bottom bend, drives out hard, and Gary Jackson has got a long way to go to get round him. He does get round him though as he goes down that back straight. John Halsey now is leading, but he's getting closer all the time as Gary Jackson and McSpace start to get the power on and start to go after them. Into this bottom bend for the last time, just one more lap to go. Down the back straight, John Halsey looks very, very quick indeed. That's where he pulls away. Gary Jackson must be conscious of that. But watch what happens in this last corner. John Halsey goes in leading, drives in hard, tries to stay tight, and that's a brilliant corner from John Halsey. He takes an excellent win. That's 2 rides and 2 wins for John Halsey. Gary Jackson, a good victory over him, gets second place. Again, we got to worry about the fact that he missed that start. But a terrific ride from Rod and Chris Winterburn. For these competitors, it's this one that makes sure whether they go through to the final or not, as we already get underway. Quickly the lead taken by Kevin Lyde and Dick Ormeroyd. They're sitting right up there on the top of the points. As I say, that's for that inside line, those two outfits together as they go into that second corner. Kevin Lyde forced to go wide. It means that Lionel Cox has got the better line right on the inside. He takes full advantage of that and gets himself in front. And in fact, looking at the overall point scored, of course, Kevin on 12 points from the ride so far. In the final, so I wonder if he will just consolidate for that position, but knowing Kevin of old, I'm sure he'll try and want to get another win. Set himself up for the final in the right condition, but of course at the moment he's got his work to do because Lionel Cox and Grace Hagan are getting the best of the lines around the bends. Again, as they go into this top corner, from Kevin Lyde. Mike Reid has got right up there with him as well, so he's certainly not out of contention. You never know what can happen as they leave the gaps at the front. He might be able to sneak through and get a second or even take the lead as it all starts to come close together. Mike Reid has got up there in the second place, so Kevin Lyde, as actually was going for that win, has lost his second place. Right back in third place now. Lionel Cox takes a bit of the advantage and goes away from Mike Reid down that back straight. But this a good ride from Lionel Cox and Grace Hagan as they come round off that last bend, going towards the checkered flag. That's their first win of the afternoon. They take it. Kevin recovers his second place. But Mike Reid content with that third spot. We watch to see whether they can qualify for the final on a maximum. But a full lineup in race 32. Richard Piggott, you remember, had a first time out. He then came through and had a win in his second leg ride, and he's made a terrific start once again. It is Richard Piggott and Paul Miller have got away. Those outfits together as they go into that first bend. Richard Piggott's got the best of it, and Paul Miller turns it hard. Into this second corner, and Richard Piggott tries to lock it up and stop Paul Miller coming through, but how did Paul Miller find a gap then? He found a gap that wasn't even there as far as I'm concerned, but he got through and indeed now gets himself to the front and leads the stroke down that back straight. Right, trying to lock it up, trying to make sure there's no room, but Paul Miller certainly found a gap. Through to the front he goes then, going after 3 rides and 3 wins. Paul Miller and Lester Goodwin lead from Richard Piggott and Lee Collins. Alan Peck and Richard Sweeting still there in third place. The final. Well, Richard Piggott's not content to let Paul Miller have 3 wins. You can see he's gone after him once again. He starts to close the gap, turns in hard once again, gets the inside line coming up past me, and indeed takes over the lead. A great scrap this one between these two. But I think we've got a terrific final to look forward to. Make sure that Paul Miller is not having all the way this afternoon. Around that bottom bend he comes, and again he's almost locked it up. Paul Miller sees this opportunity, and as they come to the line, it's going to be close, but Richard Piggott takes it. Paul Miller gets second place, Alan Peck taking third spot. So really, I think all hands go to those front two crews. Terrific scrap, and what a final that's going to be.
The 250 final coming out to the line, and this should be the lineup. Richard Smith, Jason Stott, Graham Thomas, Carl Wilkes, Chris Phillips, Mark Wadsworth, Mark Rowe, Dean Camier, Robert Allman, Steve Syrett and Matthew Klassen. Did I mention Lee Gates? I think I did. If I didn't, I include him. Here we go then, what a cracker a 250 final is going to be. They're all there, the best 250 riders in the country. Just look at this, as Mark Rowe comes across and takes the lead. Carl Wilkes is right up there with him. They go into the top bend, and it's Mark Wadsworth with the advantage. Mark Wadsworth almost... So Carl Wilkes coming ever so wide and in through and up the inside. Mark Rowe in fact now in front. Mark Rowe in front, Richard Smith in the second spot, but they're not being separated by very much. It's all coming up. Look at this, Jason Stott working his way through the field, and in front is number 33, Richard Smith. Mark Rowe in second place, but look at Jason Stott. Jason Stott now up to fourth. Final. And Richard Smith going for home. We look across to our left, and Carl Wilkes still up there in second place, Mark Rowe in third, Jason Stott in fourth, then Graham Thomas, then Mark Richard Smith. Carl Wilkes gets second place. Up in the third comes Mark Rowe. Jason Stott just fails to take that third place and finishes in fourth. Well, when you look at the quality of that 250 field, that really was an absolutely tremendous final.
Event 3 in your programme, and just to give you a reminder if I need to, number 17, Paul Miller and Lester Goodwin qualify with 2 wins and a second place. Richard Piggott and passenger Lynn Collins qualify with a second place and 2 wins. Put that round the other way, and of course they qualified on equal points. Number 7, Kevin Laird and Dick Ormeroyd. They qualified on equal points. And number 78, Lionel Cox and Grace Hagan. Joining them in the final is number 20, that's Alan Peck and Richard Sweeting, and also Ricky Neal and Neil Pocknell. That's the 6 that line up. This equally could be a contest for the British Championships in this particular event. It promises to be a cracker. They're already under starters' orders. The tapes go. Look to see who's made the best of the starts. Paul Miller has had an absolutely brilliant start. He gets to the middle of the field, but also Alan Peck has gone with him. Alan Peck looks to go wide, but it's Paul Miller that's got to the front. He's gone wide now. He comes up the inside, gets in front of Alan Peck as they go into this bottom corner. Paul Miller gets to the front, but again he's gone very wide. You can see Kevin Lyde has now moved through into first place. Oh, we're all looking, I'm sure, for where Richard Piggott was, and he's back in fifth place at the moment. Long way round. Lionel Cox now moves through into third place. Paul Miller won't give up this lead very easily. He'll be desperately trying to get round Kevin Lyde as he gets towards the front. Kevin Lyde and Dick Ormeroyd though holding on to the race at the moment. Getting very, very close now is Paul Miller. It's getting close for that first place, and already is going after Lionel Cox. While Paul Miller is also going after Kevin Lyde, but Kevin is riding a terrific race at the moment. He really hasn't put a foot wrong as he goes into this top bend for the last time. Goes down the hill. This is where he's been quickest from the bottom of that hill down the back. He goes to the outside, indeed he does. He's been riding the wider lines as he comes around this top bend, cuts underneath, tries to get up the inside, and indeed he does get up the inside. Oh, what a terrific last bend from Paul Miller. He kidded Kevin Lyde into the fact that he was going to go around the outside. Then intelligent riding, he aims it hard, hopes he can get enough drive to get up the inside. He did just that. What a terrific sidecar final we've had.
The Big Bang engine. Revs rise, tapes flying, away they go. Who's it going to be this time as they make the break? It's Neil Owen, it's Erwin Bowman, the other man from Wales, showing his Welsh compatriot the way down that straight, but into the corner they go, and Neil Owen's taken the bait already as he flies around the outside. Erwin Bowman fights back on the inside. Erwin Bowman. Odin Castle from Neil Owen. Neil Owen got the inside run this time and he's through. Neil Owen and Andy Evans through from second to first. Erwin Bowman pushing hard in second place. Erwin Bowman and Odin Castle. Then it's John Arnott, alias Mr. Blobby. Bowman's coming back at Neil Owen again as he goes to that inside line. Neil Owen's flying around the outside and Erwin Bowman picks up the chair wheel, loses a bit of ground. Neil Owen and Andy Evans are in full flight in the front, but look at Erwin Bowman coming back at him. Not only do they come down from Wales and give us South Easterners a good thrashing, they're even fighting it amongst themselves now. Neil Owen's gone very wide on this one. Erwin Bowman stuck up on the inside. Over goes Erwin Bowman and Odin Castle. Odin looks a little bit winded on the floor there. Erwin's up and away. The race being stopped, obviously in the interest of safety. Erwin Bowman and Odin Castle both up and walking. Odin's limping a little bit, but they seem to be A-OK. The first aiders, St John's Ambulance, are there in very fast attendance. Mark Powell, Adrian Squirrel, Mark Bunting, I don't think he's going. Arthur Livings are away. Down the first straight they go and heading towards that first corner, and Lee Street has certainly made the break down that first straight with John Pilcher in second. Then Dean Cammy, look at Dean Cammy going on the outside of Terry Giles, he's into second place. Can he take the first one on the first corner? Down the first turn they come in and it's a good line ahead of Dean Cammy, then Terry Giles, and then Adrian Squirrel. Rather rapid movements as they come out of that turn there, but Dean Camrier seems to be losing ground as Adrian Squirrel goes through. Dean Camrier fights back. Dean Camrier on the outside trying to make up some ground on Lee Street. Lee Street Lee Street from Adrian Squirrel. Dean Camrier now trying to take up both on the inside. He's through. Dean Camrier is through. One quick squeeze of the throttle here and he's away. Can he now put some gaps between them, or are the other two? Oh, look at Adrian Squirrel coming through into second and right up on the inside of Dean Camrier and going through to take the lead. Mr. Squirrel goes wide, Mr. Camrier trying to get at him, but he's back into third place at the moment with Lee Street making it up to second. Oh, look at Dean Camrier pushing his way through. He's going to make it again, or is he? Adrian Squirrel now cuts up on the inside, but this front wheel in front again. Very fast man from Suffolk, from that good racing stable. His brother Carl was an excellent British champion, 500cc Continental sidecar driver. 32, Adrian Squirrel, this is a 6th lapper, don't forget. And Dean Camrier comes through again. Adrian Squirrel goes a bit wide. Dean Camrier leading, Adrian Squirrel in second place, and it's Terry Giles, Lee Street coming back from fourth up to third, past Terry Giles. There's a big battle for first and a big battle for second at the moment. The last lap flag now being made ready as Dean Camrier comes on that last turn. Sees the last lap flag, knows there's just one lap to go. Adrian Squirrel looks like he's tired slightly. On 4 laps he was good, but on 6 he seems to be tiring slightly. Dean Camrier now getting away from him as Adrian Squirrel there holds a good second. Then Terry Giles, then Lee Street. John Pilcher in the middle with trouble, but round the last turn they come. Quick turn to the throttle. The checkered flag goes and a fine win for Dean Camrier on an exciting 250 final from Adrian Squirrel, Terry Giles, Lee Street, Bill Sims, Matt Thompson, Colin Osborne, Brian Cornelius. This is a 350cc solo final. They're all on the line there. 231 Roy Sizemore, 76 John Dormer, 75 Lee Street,
9, Mitchell Godden, 261, Andy Cobb. 331, Paul Watson with the golf balls. Watch them go. Black out round the turn they come in. Number 9, Mitchell Godden, that's the first three as they come round the turn. John Dormer's gone a little bit wide, allowing Lee Street to come up on the inside. Mitchell Godden there in third place, wondering if he's going to manage to catch him up or not in this race. John Dormer squeezing a few yards ahead now. The only two-stroke engine in the field. Mitchell Godden, 231, Roy Dom. Roy Dom. And things hotting up as Mitchell Godden now comes round the outside of Lee Street. And he's made it, he's gone very wide on the edge of the race now. On the inside, and Mitchell Godden ahead of John Dormer now. And Mitchell Godden now giving it the big one to try and come on terms with John Dormer. Can he do it in this opening to 4-lap final? Must admit I'd rather have seen 6, giving Mitchell a chance to catch him up. John Dormer now. Turns on the throttle, it's gone a little bit wide in the there it goes, it's going to be very tight on the finish. Well, I'm going to leave that for that. Very, very close indeed. So race 41 then, the 500cc solo final. Who's it going to be? Place your bets. One to starters orders and away they go, and we've got a looper on the line. There's one off already. Looked like Keith Massingham, not sure that it was or it wasn't. Certainly looked like him. Mitchell Godden though goes into an early lead, comes out of that turn and pulls the throttle. Chris Britton is in third and Julian Phipps taking the wide line round the outside, and down goes Mark Giles. And James Cawthray goes by. The yellow flags stay out, but the race continues. Round the turn they come. Number 9. Then 74 on. 169 then. James Cawthray, then Graham Hunt. Justin Shaw, Tim Mount. Ian Edwards and Adrian Hart. Meanwhile at the front line, Chris Britton's not letting him out of his sight as they go into the last lap. Mitchell Godden from Chris Britton trying that hard inside line, and he's going around the line. Right up on the inside, and down goes Julian Phipps. And he's gone down. Meanwhile, back to the front line, they come out of the last turn. Right around Mitchell Godden and takes that checkered flag. Mitchell Godden takes second for the second time. James Cawthray gets third. Robin Pilcher takes fourth.
Here we go then, the gate goes up, and in the middle Peter Lloyd gets a lot of drive, and on the far side well, here goes Trevor Banks and Simon Cross who make an escape. That makes the best start with Simon Cross on the inside of Trevor Banks as they go round that bend for the first time. Simon Cross half a length ahead of Trevor Banks, and almost side by side once again they come round the paddock bend for the first time. So Simon Cross out in front, Trevor Banks in second place, Lee Lanham third, Glenn Cunningham in fourth, Dean Gart behind him, and then Peter Lloyd. So it's Simon Cross bidding to score a victory in his first outing, and tragedy here, problems for 141 Richard Empson, the young rider who's been doing so well this year. Meanwhile, to our left, it's the leader, it's Simon Cross who comes towards us. Trevor Banks looks over his shoulder anxiously because it's Glenn Cunningham up into third, Lee Lanham now back to fourth, and Peter Lloyd battling with Dean Gart for the fifth place. But it's Simon Cross then, out in front. Trevor Banks looking secure in that second spot, but Glenn Cunningham is still hard after him as they come around that top bend. Empson sadly pushing away. One more lap to go. It's Simon Cross up in front, and look at Glenn Cunningham. Beautiful manoeuvre. So it's Glenn Cunningham chasing the leader, Simon Cross. Trevor Banks in third place as we look across to the far side. Peter Lloyd still in fifth. Well, What a manoeuvre that was from Glenn Cunningham, and he's going to try and do it again to Simon Cross off that bend. Is he going to get there? He does. It's Cunningham in front. Simon Cross in second place. Trevor Banks third. Lee Lanham fourth. Billy Lloyd fifth. Sixth place Dean Gott. Seventh place Mike Dowling.
Of the Masters Sidecar competition, and as I mentioned, our heat winners from the first leg don't come against each other. We see Steve Smith come out in race 13. He had a win first time out. He's up against John Halsey, who had a second place first time. Ivor Matthews in a third. Rob Winterbourne had a fourth place. They're joined by Duncan Tolhurst and Robbie Wilson. Well, our start marshal's not happy with somebody touching those starting gates, but they let them go, and it is Steve Smith that's made a terrific start. All sorts of problems for Duncan Tolhurst. And they are looking anxiously for a red flag, as we've got a red flag indeed from the clerk of the course, both driver and passenger on the circuit.
Here we go then, Jeremy Doncaster gating well, Trevor Banks gating better, I fancy him in Trevor Banks. Trevor Banks and Jeremy Doncaster side by side as they come round that bend, go down the back straight. Jeremy Doncaster then, just nudging ahead here. Donkey really getting to grips with his circuit now, so it's Jeremy Doncaster then. Out in front, Trevor Banks right on his elbow, Andy Sell behind him, then Mike Dowling, next time. Andy Sell is really getting up tight on that leading pair, with Jeremy Doncaster out in front. Trevor Banks in that second spot, and Andy Sell goes for second spot. Andy Sell comes through on the inside, so it's Jeremy Doncaster in front. Andy Sell in second spot now. Trevor Banks in third, Colin in fourth, Mike Dowling in fifth. Well, that was quite a challenge from Andy Sell there. He took him ahead of Trevor Banks. Is he going to get anywhere near Jeremy Doncaster, who's leading the race at the moment? He's going to have another go. He's going to have a go up the inside again, and he's got in front, so it's Andy Sell in front. Jeremy Doncaster right there with him. Trevor Banks in third, Colin in fourth. There's Andy Sell then, setting out his stall, going for victory here, and moving away now from Jeremy Doncaster back into second place. Colin Earl comes through into third, Trevor Banks in fourth. Well, Andy Sell there, up masterly right on that top end. So it's Andy Sell then, heading for the checkered flag. Andy Sell who wins. Jeremy Doncaster in second spot. Colin Earl in third. Trevor Banks in fourth.
Competition this time, though, in the hands of Mark Edwards and Nick Walters, who had a second place first time out. And then, disappointingly, a fourth place in their second ride. Len and Ray Foreman have been scoring consistently. They've had 2 third places. And equally Dave Steer has had 2 thirds as well. As they get underway, you can see that Mark Edwards is on the outside, but Phil Pittman on the inside has got the best of the starts, and those two outfits together go into that first bend. John Hiscock trying to get up on the inside as well, as they both come round past us. Phil Pittman has got the advantage, but only just as he's gone very, very wide. Dave Steer trying to get to on the inside as well. 4 outfits together as they go into that pit bend. Tremendous sidecar racing as they go up that back straight. Dave Steer in fact has got the advantage, but Mark Edwards has tried to go around the outside. Phil Pittman's not given up as well. He's right there on the inside, but it is Dave Steer and Andy Orchard that have got the lead, but Mark Edwards has found a gap on the inside of them. Mark Edwards and Nick Waters in determined form found themselves a gap on the inside of Dave Steer, and now take the lead as they go round that pit bend. But they've hit problems on that pit bend, fighting with the outfit every inch of the way. It certainly looks to me as if he's got some sort of suspension problem on Mark Edwards' bike, because that really is causing him a lot of hard work as Dave Steer again has taken over the lead into the last lap. There you go, as Dave Steer and Andy Orchard lead. Phil Pittman and Miles Simmons back in that third place. You just watch the action going on ahead of them, because Mark Edwards again tries to have a go at Dave Steer. I'm sure Mark Edwards is thinking there's no way he's going to find a way to on the inside again for Dave Steer. Dave will try and hold it tight, but Mark has got to go for the outside line, but he's cut back under again. A terrific corner, he's going for the inside. Dave Steer holds him off though. Terrific racing from those sidecar crews. Oh, if the sidecar racing stays like that all the way through the Masters, we are in for a treat this year. Terrific racing, and a great victory for Dave Steer and Andy Orchard.
There we have it, the big solo final of the afternoon. afternoon. The tape goes up in the middle. Kelvin Tatum gating well. Steve Schofield gating better, and the two go side by side. So then, Joe Green seems to have missed the gate a little bit here, but he's made up. So it's Kelvin Tatum out in front. Joe Green in second place. Steve Schofield in third, and Tony Atkin and Glenn Cunningham side by side. So it's Kelvin Tatum then coming wide. Will he let Joe Screen through? Not quite. Kelvin Tatum from Joe Screen from Schofield. And look at that, Joe Screen comes right up the inside, but the power goes on, and Kelvin Tatum powers around the outside. He certainly seems to be leading some gaps on these bends, but he gets the drive, he gets the power on, and away he goes. Those Screens on the inside, Tatum on the outside, and it's still Tatum just in front. Joe Screen in second place. Simon Cross comes through to third. Steve Schofield is fourth. And Kelvin Tatum is still out there in front. Can he hang on in there for this one? It's a very, very tight battle. Joe Screen goes to the inside. Has he got enough advantage on the inside line to take it from Kelvin Tatum? It's side by side with Kelvin Tatum. And he's just gone a little bit too wide, and Joe Screen is in front. Kelvin Tatum in second place. Simon Cross in third. Steve Schofield in fourth. And it looks now as though Screen has got that length or two's advantage that he was seeking. He just managed to find the way through, and he's got in front. So it's Joe Screen then who's going to win this one. Kelvin Tatum in second place. Third place for Simon Cross. Fourth place for Steve Schofield. Fifth place for Glenn Cunningham. Sixth place for Tony Atkins. Seventh place for Jason Hammond. And eighth place for Trevor Banks. Well, I tell you, bows to the crowd. At least you didn't do that, Kelvin, did you?